Today I'm going to be showing you how to recreate this grid effect. For this, it's super simple. You just need to create a new template using 2plane. Before starting, first select the 2K format in the ratio section at the bottom of the studio. Next, you're going to go to the camera space here and select the correct one. To achieve this effect, use the overhead camera. I click on it to select it. The overhead camera is special because it only shows the floor, which is exactly what we want to create a grid. We don't want to see the wall, only the floor. Once that's done, it's super easy. I select my product and duplicate it. For example, I'll create 5. Okay, I select them all because they're too large for the rendering format, so I scale them down to about 1.5. Perfect. You can also input the value 1.5 directly here, of course. Then we're going to tilt them all. For this, apply a 90 pivot followed by a 90 tilt. This lets me tilt them easily. You can do it in any order. Tilt first, then pivot. The tilt brings them to the ground, and the pivot places them upright relative to the camera. Next, the most important step is positioning the outer products however I want in relation to the camera. So you see that these products are the ones that matter. I can move the preview if it gets in the way. Once I've positioned them as I want, I select the entire row of products by pressing Shift and then clicking on the product. Once this is done, I can use these tools to create the actual grid. First, I align them horizontally. You'll see they're now perfectly aligned. Then this second horizontal distribution button ensures that the spacing here, here, and here is equal between the leftmost and rightmost products. Perfect. Now I have a good start to the grid. Now I use the turn button to make sure all the labels on my products are visual. And once that's done, I just repeat the process. I click and drag here, I click and drag here. I don't need to be super precise for now. I just keep clicking and dragging. And here I repeat the process. I select all my products, align them, and distribute them. We do it one last time at the bottom. Done. I can also use the arrows if it seems a bit trickier. And done. Here too, done. Perfect. So I select all my products, I align them, distribute them. Perfect. Now I select all the products on my grid and use the keyboard arrows to reposition them if needed. I can click here to ensure after selecting everything that everything is perfectly centered. There's also a grid here, as you can see, which helps verify if the elements are well positioned along with the frame. A 2D grid relative to the camera, that allows you to check uniformity. If I want to create an effect with my camera, I can go to the camera settings here and adjust the tilt to get a closer look to the reference. Done. Finally, I click on the floor and change its color. I click the eyedropper to select a purple similar to the can, and then I lighten it slightly. Perfect. Lastly, I wait for a final preview. If you want, you can enlarge the preview for a better view. Of course, the larger the preview, the longer it takes to load, but as you can see, it doesn't take too long. And if I'm happy with the result, I can click Generate, give it a name, and that's how you generate a grid within just a few minutes.